Cool. So the plan for this afternoon is we're going to go over some basic dive theory, okay? And then I'm going to explain how all the equipment works. We're going to talk about some basic skills that we're going to practice. We're going to go in the pool. We're going to do those safety skills, and then we're going to work on our buoyancy. Once you look comfortable and confident in the pool, we're going to come out. We're going to do a briefing about the dive side, communications underwater, all that kind of stuff, boat procedures, and then we're going to go for a dive. So look for turtles, Nemo, octopus, cuttlefish, lionfish. Scorpionfish. Sound good?
Yes, perfect.
Cool. All right, so our basic dive theory, obviously today we're going underwater, okay? Now the deeper we go, the more water we have exerting pressure on our body, okay? Now our bodies are mostly made of water, which is very hard to compress. What we want to think about are the air spaces in our body, okay? So we have our lungs, sinuses, and our ears, all right? Out of those three, obviously our lungs are the most important, okay? So a good way for you to like envision what's going on, if I have a balloon filled with air, and it's this big on the surface, okay? I take it underwater, it's gonna compress, okay? Now the opposite's gonna happen when I go up. It's going to expand, all right? Now I want you to think about your lungs like that balloon, okay? So if we go to 5, 10, 12 meters today and we breathe in, we fill up our lungs, okay? And then we hold our breath and swim up, all of that air is expanding, okay? And eventually you would put yourself at risk of a lung overexpansion injury, which could be fatal, okay? But it's extremely easy to avoid simply by breathing, okay? The most important rule of scuba diving, to breathe. Easy, yeah? Cool. So yeah, the most important rule that we always follow is we never hold our breath, okay? We just always breathe. Don't even think about how you're breathing, just breathe normally.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool, so by breathing all the time, we're always equalizing our lungs, okay? Now with our ears, we need to be a little bit more proactive.
Yeah.
We need to do a little bit more work, okay? So when we go down, you'll feel the pressure on your ears, okay? So we need to pinch our nose and blow.
Like in the plane.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you do that now, do you feel your ears popping?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good sign, okay? So the thing with your ears, I can't feel your ears.
Yeah.
You can't feel my ears. I can't feel Liv's ears, okay? So it's standard. Every dive we ever do, when we're going down, we need to communicate. So I'll be asking you, are you equalizing okay? If you are, you give me the okay back, and we carry on down. Obviously, the deeper we go, the more times we have to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have to do anything with our ears when we go up. For some people, it just takes a little bit longer, okay? Now, everybody's ears are different. You might need to equalize it 1 meter, 2 meters, half a meter, okay? As soon as you feel that pressure, pop, it should go back to normal, okay? Like I say, sometimes, for some people, it takes a little bit longer, okay? So if it's getting uncomfortable, like, ugh, or a little bit painful, I want you to tell me. This is the signal for problem, okay? You can skip that. Simply point to your ears, okay? So if you point to your ears, I'm gonna stop you, I'll actually hold on to you, and I'll bring you up, okay? Because then there's less pressure. Then we can go down even slower,
D'accord. Okay.
okay? And we can try some different techniques, like wiggling our jaw, okay? And swallowing for some people helps. Yeah, a little massage.
Okay.
D'accord?
Okay.
Tu forces pas sur les oreilles. Tu forces pas sur les
Oui.
oreilles.
That's most of the basic theory.
Okay.
It's very simple, yeah? Breathing to look after our lungs and equalizing our ears.
Okay.
Cool. So let's have a look at the equipment. Here we have our dive tank. This is filled with normal air, just like you're breathing now, okay? 79% nitrogen, 20% oxygen, 1% krypton, argon, CO2, helium, mix, you know? The difference with this is it's a lot drier, okay? So sometimes you're diving, you have a dry mouth. It's nothing to worry about, it's normal. It's just very dry air, okay? Now this is compressed to 200 bar. What that means is that we've got like 2,400 liters of air. It's a lot. What's this? 0.8. So say 1 liter. So 2,400 of these compressed into this tank, okay? It's a lot of air.
T'as de quoi respirer.
Yeah. And the reason for that is simply that diving is a lot of fun. Okay, there's so much cool stuff for us to see underwater. So we want to be able to dive for a good amount of time. So like a first dive, if people are a bit nervous or excited, okay, they use the air a bit faster. But we average from like 45 minutes up to a maximum of 60 minutes. The air is coming from our tank through our regulators, okay? And this one has the silicone mouthpiece, just like a tuba, okay?
Okay.
You bite down on it a little bit, we're breathing in, we're breathing out, and the bubbles coming out here, okay? We have 2 of these, all right? Now this one, it works in the exact same way, okay? And this is simply a backup, okay? So let's say I somehow have problems with my equipment, or somehow I run out of air. This means I've run out of air. I can swim up to any of my buddies, okay? I can pull this one out, and I can share the air from their tank and go to the surface. So it's a redundancy. Then we have our gorge. Obviously, we want to be able to monitor how much air we have throughout the dive, okay? So you can see here, we've got a full tank. It's 200.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, we'll finish the dive if we get to 60 minutes, or if we get to 50 bar. That's also time to go up. So it's very conservative, okay? Now, for this, for you today, I'm going to be looking at it. Okay. But I want to teach you, because it's very simple, how we communicate this, okay? So this is me asking you how much air you have, okay? Let's say you have 150, okay? How am I going to communicate that to James? 150. Yeah? So each digit is 10. Now this one is our depth gauge. You don't have to worry about this at all. What I want you to focus on is just staying at the same level as me. Okay? Yeah? Our maximum depth for today will be 12 meters. It's very shallow. Now we have the jacket here. In English we call this the BCD, and it stands for Buoyancy Control Device. Buoyancy is like floatability, or our balance in the water. Okay? Now it's also connected to the tank. So we have 2 buttons. We have the red button, it's going to fill it up with air. Okay? Now, the only time we fill this up with air is when we're already on the surface. Okay? Let's say we're waiting for the boat to come and pick us up. Then we fill this up and we lie back, we relax. We don't want to waste our energy kicking to stay on the surface. Okay? Now with this full of air on the surface, I'm positively buoyant. Okay? We want to go down. So to go down, we hold this up to be the highest part, and we hold the grey button down. And then we sink down. Okay? In the swimming pool, we're just going to kneel down on the ground like this, okay? Because we're going to have weights on. We're going to practice some safety skills, which I'll explain shortly. Okay? Now, when I'm on the ground like this, I'm negatively buoyant. Okay? So up here, positive, floating. Down here, on the ground, negative. But this is not how I want to dive. Because if I'm diving negatively buoyant, I'm going to swim on the ocean floor, smash up all the corals, hurt the wildlife, smash my knees, not good, okay? Or I'm going to work really hard to kick to stay off the bottom, okay? And then I'm going to use my air faster and get short dive. We don't need to do either of those things. What we're going to practice mostly in the pool is becoming neutrally buoyant, so balanced mid-water, okay? Now we do that by finding the balance of air in the jacket and the air coming in and out of our lungs. Really think about your lungs like balloons, okay? So all of these skills in the pool, I'm going to say, cool, you watch me, and I'm going to demonstrate for you, and then I'll ask you to do the skill. For this one, I'm going to lie down on the ground, so I'm already in my swimming position, okay? I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to put a little burst, just like that. Then I'm going to breathe in, breathe out, and see what happens. Probably nothing. So I'm going to do it again. Eventually, when I find the balance of air, when I breathe in, I should rise up. When I breathe out, I should go down. Yeah? And then we're going to practice swimming around the pool. Now, when we swim, we don't use our arms. Okay? It's a waste of energy. So we put our arms out like this, and we don't want to be like swimming quickly. We don't want to be... Yeah, so what we want to do is like kick, kick, glide until you stop. Kick, kick, glide. Now when I demonstrate this for you, I'm going to swim around the pool, then I'm going to swim up to the surface. Now to get down, I'm just going to stop. This means stop. Okay, I'm going to stop kicking, and all I'm going to do is breathe out. And I should be able to come down. Okay? It's a really nice feeling. It's like flying kind of thing, you know? It's really nice. Cool, so we've got like just a couple of safety skills to run through before we do that, okay? The first one, now when we go diving, I don't expect to see you take this out of your mouth. This is what we're breathing from, okay? Yeah? But if somebody swam past you and they knocked it out of your mouth, it's going to fill up with water, okay? So we need to get rid of that water before we can start breathing again. And it's just like clearing the water from the tuba. We're going to blow it out, okay? So, I'm going to show you again. I'm going to breathe in, regulator out. I'm going to blow some bubbles. Why am I blowing bubbles?
Because you breathe.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. The most important rule of scuba diving, we don't hold our breath, okay? So, if you do hold your breath in the pool, it's okay. Nothing can happen, okay? Because we're shallow and we're not moving. But, if you were out diving and somebody knocks this out of your mouth, okay, you might panic a little bit and you might start kicking up, okay? So the first thing you should think about is protect my lungs. And to protect your lungs, all you have to do is blow bubbles. Bop, 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 just like that, okay? Because then, if you're going up, any expanding air can escape. We're gonna breathe in, we're gonna take it out, we're gonna blow bubble, we're gonna put it back in, then we're gonna blow the water out here, and we can breathe again. Now we're going to do that twice because there's two different ways we can do it. The second time we're going to pretend that we don't have any air left in our lungs. Okay, if you've just finished breathing out, you can't breathe out again. You don't have any air left. We can use the button here. So we're going to use the air from the tank. Okay, so the skill is the same. Breathe in, regulator out, blow bubble, back in, press this button, pushes the water out, and we can breathe again. Remember, I'm gonna demonstrate. Yeah. Cool. One more is just like, you know, even if you find the perfect mask, if we're underwater and we smile sometimes or laugh or sneeze, we can get a bit of water inside. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to get rid of it. So for this skill, first of all, we need to put some water in the mask. Okay, so look down and just pinch the bottom of the mask like that and let a little bit of water. Not over your eyes, just to here. Okay. Tilt your head up, look up a little bit, okay? You're going to take a deep breath in, you're going to push the frame of the mask into your head, and then you're going to breathe out your nose. See it lifting? Yeah? So, what's happening is there's way more air in your lungs than can fit inside here. Okay, so all of that extra air is going to find the easiest way out, and because you're pushing it at the top, the easiest way out is at the bottom, and it takes the water with it. So take a deep breath. Just like that. Don't do it like you're like, because you just splash all the water in your eyes. Just, cool. So we can jump in the pool, do some practice. If you guys want to leave anything, there's some space here for clothes and that. If you need to go to the bathroom, it's through here. And sorry guys, there's always water up here if you're thirsty as well. You can fill this bottle up as well if you want. Ça va, tu as tout compris?